So I haven't made a video in a while because my days are pretty much how it was last year, and I felt like that was pretty negative. Just to talking about all the things that how much I'm suffering, and can you kind of just listing my symptoms and how painful that was. So and people who know me in person actually know that even though those things are going on, I'm pretty positive. So that doesn't. So the videos I made last year, that doesn't really reflect. I don't think how I actually am. So I wanted to do something a little bit different this year and make videos talking more about how I'm dealing with these situations. So everybody watching this can get something out of it and kind of help you in your lives. So today started out kind of today started out pretty rough, kind of like most days, except I was all packed to go to New York with my family to see my sister before she leaves for a 2-year trip to the Peace Corps. We're supposed to meet her fiance's family and then go to her graduation in Baltimore. So we had this big family trip planned for months and months, and I was all ready to go. And then I woke up this morning coughing myself into a spasm, and just decided this is too much. I would cause a lot of stress for everybody for their special time, and I don't know if I would survive the 5.5 hour flight to New York. All this stuff. Obviously, you can see now I'm filming this at the airport. I'm going to go. So, what I want to talk about is decisions and choices, where a lot of times when you have choices or when you have internal struggles like I did this morning, where I had all these concerns about like how other people would be impacted by me going, how I would make it more difficult and stress everybody out, how I would stress myself out if I went, and all the unknowns of all the smells on the plane and in New York City, whether the hotel would be clean. I was prepared for that if I was feeling well, but I was having a serious asthma attack with a lot of mucus and phlegm going on, and this is just terrible. So I was just in a bad mood, and lost a lot of self confidence about what I can do. But then after thinking about it for a while, I decided, just like how I'm able to do a lot of things that most people don't think I should be able to do, is I just make a decision that I'm going to do it. So there's no choice involved. That's just how it's going to be. And then so when you do that, when you make a decision, a clear-cut decision, and don't waddle in it, then you can get past all the emotional stress, which I think is the most exhausting, and what stops a lot of people from doing things is debating and feeling emotionally attached, and the internal struggle. Because once you get past that, once you make a decision, then your mind is freed up to just focus on, okay, the logistics. How is all this going to work? How am I going to pack everything? What kind of medication do I need to do bring, and what other considerations do I need to do, instead of thinking about that, and what how I'm going to affect other people, how I feel about it. How my sister is going to be disappointed if I don't go, how I might regret it if I don't go, but if I go, what kind of trouble there would be. I just made a decision, chose one path, and then my mind just went straight to, okay, how do we deal with this one set of problems, instead of an unknown set of problems and emotions, and you just become paralyzed. decision paralysis. Um, and so that is what has been one of the greatest tools in me in doing a lot of things that people don't think somebody in my condition or situation should be would be able to do, because think about it, people have been are able people this is the truth, people are able to do so much more than you could ever think. People, they're refugees right this very moment, trekking across the desert somewhere, having not eaten for days. There have been soldiers in war rotting in the jungle or somewhere, and they were able to walk miles and miles and miles because they made a decision not to die. They're not, should I die or should I go? Should I push through? There's no decision to make there. So taking that emotional conflict out of it, they're just like, I have to make it. I have to keep heading in a direction of safety, and they just do it. And then they just, along the way, they're just dealing with how do I deal with this next situation until we get to the destination. So that's, in a way, that's how I try to think about it. That's what I do, and I think it'll help you if you you know lessen the emotional struggle and internal conflict, and just do it, like the Nike slogan says, just do it. Just make a decision and just go. Okay. Hopefully I'll have other ideas along this trip, and see you guys soon.